here, but all right, here we go. All right, we have a few more people to be admitted. Awesome. All right, so welcome to the, I'm sorry, let me share my screen. That might be awesome as well. All right, let's share this screen. All right, if everyone could give me a quick little yes or thumbs up or something in the chat area to let me know that you can see the session. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me do one more quick little setting here. Let me pick this up, move it there. And here we go. All right, I think we are ready to roll and the chat is open. Awesome. Yes, they can see it. Let me start this one. All right, everyone. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Louisiana GEG distance learning webinar series. All right. My name is, if I can move forward here. Oh, we want to first off thank StreamYard for sponsoring us today. Uh-oh, we're going back and forth there. We have a couple of sponsors. We sponsor with LA EdChat, which is the Louisiana online professional community for learning on Twitter that happens twice a month. And then also MyPD 24/7, which is a professional development organization. And then now we have StreamYard, who is now also sponsoring us as well. So let's give a big applause for StreamYard. They are helping us to expand our reach. And so we are also trying something different today. We are also going live on, our Facebook page as well. So we are here in the Zoom. Let's continue to move forward. My name is Wiley Brazier the fifth, and I am a level 1, level 2 certified educator. I'm also a Google certified trainer and an innovator, as well as a few things with Microsoft as well. And I am the GEG Louisiana leader here for our state. These webinar sessions are open to any and everyone around the world. And so if you want to join us for future ones, please just make sure that you go to our website, geglouisiana.com, and you'll be able to learn all about those future sessions. And we also record these so that we can access them after the sessions are over. Okay. All right, so moving forward here, again, that's our website. We're also on Facebook. We're also on Facebook, Twitter. We also have our Google group, but you can access, and Instagram, but you can access everything from the website. All right, so today's session is presented by yours truly, and it is called Prevent Summer Slide with Asynchronous Instruction. All right, that is what we are going to be doing today. You know, with everything that has happened with COVID-19 and pandemics and all of those different things, you know, it is important, you know, in any normal year, we would have a, you know, that summer slide or the brain drain, as some call it, during the summer of kids from the spring to the fall. And so, you know, we want to, you can only imagine if we've added, depending on your state or your country or your situation, of when you all stop going to school in person, adding that time on. I know for us, we stopped in about March. And so adding an additional like 2 months of lack of instruction is going to just increase the brain drain or the slide that happens during the summer. And so what we want to do is this session, we're going to just kind of go through a couple of tools that can assist with some of that. And you can actually use some of these during the school year as well. Okay. So one thing that we are going to do today is one of the tools is actually going to be Pear Deck. I want to try to make it a little bit interactive here today. And so one of the tools that we are going to use is called Pear Deck. Okay. Can I get a thumbs up if anyone in the chat has heard of Pear Deck, or if you have used Pear Deck previously? Or can I get a yes in the chat? All right. So I see a couple people have used it, have heard of it. Okay, maybe not have used it. But what I'm going to do is, if you will grab a device, like most of you are on your laptop. Okay, most of you are on your laptop or your iPad. But if you would grab like grab your phone, as a matter of fact, your phone or tablet if you're on your device, if you're on your laptop, and go ahead and open up that good old Google Chrome browser there, and you can use Safari. That's fine as well. But go to joinpd.com is where I want you to go to. Joinpd.com is where I want you to go. All right. Joinpd.com. All right. And then this code that's listed here is what I want you to type in. So I'll just pull over my device right on the side of good old Perry right there. Okay. So that is my phone in real time. So if I get some text messages or notifications, please just, why won't it stay on the side there? All right. But what you'll do is go ahead and type in PEUZJ. And I can see that I have 5 people connected already. Okay. Now it's going to ask me to connect my email address. And so boom, we've got 6 people now, 8 people now. Awesome. 8 people who have now connected to the session. So that is awesome. And so now you'll see on my screen, as I continue to move forward here, I'll just click continue. You'll be able to see that I actually have the same, let me put that back. All right. But you actually see that I have the same thing that's on the screen on my device. Okay. So that is a truly, truly awesome way to be able to keep kids engaged. And so like for me, you know how sometimes you might give like the link to a presentation and you've got people, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between the sessions and everything, or between the slides. What Pear Deck does is it forces the user to stay exactly where I am. So that way you can share with them and then also be able to get some additional supports and instruction or questions and answers from them. Like right now, I am going to ask a question to everyone by just clicking right down here. Let me move that out of the way. All right. So we're going to ask a new prompt right here. And it's going to ask me, what type of question do I want? So these are different prompts that are there for me. And we see that there are actually a variety of prompts that I can use. There are some for the beginning of class, there are multiple choice, there are some for the end of class, drawings, and let's just check to see. Let's just check to see. Here we go. So these, and then here are the different types of questions. So what I want you to do is to just, I'm going to ask a text question, and it's going to give me the ability to be able to, on my device, type in an answer. So I can now say, on your device, tell me where you're checking in from today. And so here on my device, I can click on the answer button. I can type there and I can say Louisiana. All right. And then add my response. Okay. And it shows me there. So everyone go ahead and let me know on that specific Pear Deck where you're once again, where you are checking in from or your favorite movie. Okay. And then I can actually show responses right here. I can show responses. When I click on it, it's actually going to let me hit the start highlighting. So when I click on it, it will actually show me that we have people checking in from Saudi Arabia, from the UK, and all of these different places. If you notice though, it shows them anonymously. Okay. And I can change the layout. So I can click here on this little grid layout and I can change the layout. So yes, favorite movie, Magnolia. That is an awesome tool. Let's type in a favorite movie right here. Mine's is this. All right. And so boom, so there's my response. But right now we can see that, hold on a moment, we don't know people's names and where they are and whose responses these are. When you are giving these types of questions to kids, it gives a little bit more of that safety feature. So those kids who don't necessarily, check in or will volunteer for answers, they will also be able to feel comfortable in sharing their responses as well. But if you want to know as well the students and their actual name, I actually have a dashboard on the back side that lets me know people's names and where they are checking in from. So here's my response right here, and that's me. So also on the back end, I can actually if I want to highlight someone's answer, I can click on it and you will see on the screen that it just got highlighted there as well. There is also another awesome feature that I really like, and I can also lock the screen. So if the questions are over, then you'll see on your screen right now, you'll see that the question is, your teacher has locked the responses for this slide, and now they can only, as my phone keeps going, keeps locking itself. But right there, you can see on your screen that it has been locked. So I really, really like that feature. Okay. All right. So I am going to, that's just a quick little intro on Pear Deck real quick. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to hide those responses. And then we are going to move forward. I've already introduced myself, so that's again just a little bit about me. And what we're going to be talking about today is there are a couple of different types of instruction. Okay, the first one there is synchronous, and I don't want to assume anything. All right, I don't want to assume anything, and so synchronous is essentially what we are doing right now. Okay, this is live instruction, what you would normally have with your kids during the school day. All right, that is what you would have. That's live, that's synchronous instruction. Now, for the other one is asynchronous, and that is what most of us have been doing thus far, and that is where we have our kids who are may not be physically with us, but in addition, it's not just about being physically together. It is more so about them actually not being at the same time, not receiving their instruction at the same time that you are providing the instruction. Okay. And so that's what the asynchronous piece is. All right. All right. Let's move forward here. And so, one of the things is that, even with myself, I have my own children at home here with me now, and many parents have really developed a whole new value and sense of and whole new sense of a value for educators now, very much like how we've created, we have a whole new sense for healthcare workers. And now these teachers, and the teachers are now parents, the parents are the teachers and everything now as well. And so this was just a meme that I liked that I saw online. And if you check it out, it says, right here, this is the only thing I hope to die during this pandemic is Common Core math. And so they actually have seen that, it is difficult they can't just teach it the way that they have taught it, and so this is the math beforehand. Okay, what we teach beforehand, and then after, if I can stop moving my mouse and you'll be able to see it there. After they showed it, after the pandemic, of these essential employees. So that one is, pretty, I thought that one was pretty funny. So there are, when it comes to asynchronous learning, okay, there are like so many tools that are available to us that are out there. Okay, do not overwhelm yourself with trying to learn all of the different tools. Okay, we have, Loom, that does video screencasts. Okay, you also have doing the very similar thing. You have Screencastify. Okay, both of those do very similar functions. They have very similar functions, and that is to record your screen and to be able to provide that recording of instruction for kids. All right, but I really don't. And so there's also things like Kahoot, there's quizzes, there's, just on and on and on. We have Pear Deck, and then there are just so many that are out there. My recommendation to you is to just choose one or two, okay, or maybe a few, okay, master those, and then begin to explore your horizons. Okay, even with Google, we have Google Classroom, Jamboard, and just a variety of other tools. Okay, and if you have not heard of Jamboard, matter of fact, let me know in the chat how many of you have heard of Jamboard. Give me a yes if you have heard of Jamboard, because it's an awesome tool as well. Yes, love Jamboard. That is like super awesome. Okay. All right. So moving forward here, we have Pear Deck as an engagement tool. And I know we're talking about asynchronous instruction. Right now we're doing synchronous. And so you can see that this can be an awesome engagement tool right here during synchronous instruction. But with Pear Deck as well, though, there is also, if I go down here to the bottom right, I can click on these three dots that are here, and we can also see that we have this turn on student paced mode. And so with the student paced mode, what we'll be able to see there is students will be able to actually move forward through the content. If we already have our questions and everything that are embedded into the actual Pear Deck itself, then we'll be able to see it moving forward. When the students go on to the specific Pear Deck or slideshow, they'll be able to also engage and answer questions as well. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to do for you is give you a license from our good friends at Pear Deck as well. I'm going to drop into the chat the link, and if you're on your device, if you click on the Pear right there, the link is embedded there as well. Okay, but I am also going to drop this into the chat so that you can get a 3-month premium license. All right. Pear Deck is a totally free tool, but with Pear Deck, the totally free piece does not always include the dashboard on the back end that you can see like all of the students' names and everything. You can use it as that engagement tool and everything, but to have that premium piece, you will to have those that piece is available with to be able to see the students actually names and everything on their responses. So you should have now that link in order to be able to get your premium access for Pear Deck. Okay. And again, if you click on it here, you'll be able to also see that you can access it on the Pear Deck slide deck as well. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Great, Lisa. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So moving forward here, you're welcome, Tony. All right. So moving forward here, when we talk about asynchronous instruction, another one of my like absolute go-to tools here is going to be EdPuzzle. Okay. That is like an awesome tool for me. All right. And in this session, in this webinar session, the only things that we are going to do, we are going to just cover just a couple, because remember, I want you to be good and master of a few than to be kind of iffy at a bunch of them. Okay. And so that's what we're doing today. And so I've given you, we went through Pear Deck and I just showed you, and I'll show you one more time here as well. So I'll add another prompt. Okay. This is another awesome feature in Pear Deck itself. Okay. And so if you're still on the Pear Deck with your device, I have a few other types of questions that I can ask. And so right here for this drawing, all right, I'm going to click on drawing. And what I want you to do is what it does is it turns your device actually into an interactive whiteboard. And this is my phone right here. So I can actually see that if I wanted to, I can select the color and I can circle all around on the screen and everything. I have the ability to type additional words onto the screen as well. All right. And I can move that around. I have an eraser. There's a highlighter. So I'm going to highlight EdPuzzle. I can change the words. I like the approve that's there. Okay. All of these things are eligible for students to be able to respond with. Okay. And you'll see that on the screen, we don't see them necessarily on the screen right now. But what we can do is show responses. So right now I can see that 3 people have given a response. And so I can click show responses. And what it will do is I can scroll through the different responses. Look at that. Very cool. Awesome. 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 And so as we scroll down, we can see others who have responded as well. If I wanted to, I can also change the layout of it so I can see everyone's responses at once. And then another like really great tool, and a lot of like social studies teachers and just different content areas really like this piece, because right here I can also overlay all of the answers. Excuse me. I can overlay all of the answers on top of each other. Now, some of you might say, okay, well, Wiley, why would I want to do that? You know, it depends. If you have a map, okay, if you have a map or something and you're trying to see if kids can circle the right places, you can be able to see overall really, really quickly if kids are in the right area or how many people are off and things of that nature, okay? And of course, I can always go and lock screens and everything so that I can stop any additional answers from being provided. Okay. Now, there are a number of different ways that you can use Pear Deck. I'm going to show you one other one because when I click on new prompt, we have numbers and draggables and things of that nature. But what I want to do is to go back and just show you a couple of these. And so another great way that you can use Pear Deck is to be able to get quick little feedback regarding an exam. And so, you know, you don't have to necessarily go in and create all of these different things. You know, I'll be honest, I've worked with teachers who just took like screenshots of their quiz, okay, or screenshots of the textbook with the answer with the question in it. They went here and selected this specific slide, and now I'm sorry, on the screen there would be the question, and then on your device you will be able to select A, B, C, or D. So imagine having the question here on the screen, and then the students being able to on their device select A, B, C, or D. Or some of the teachers will say on the fly, if they drop everything, they'll just say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to call out a question and I want you to select A, B, C, or D. So that's just another way to be able to get information from students, and you'll be able to see overall how they are performing. Okay. All right. And again, on the dashboard, you also, here it's anonymous, so you can see everyone holistically. But on the teacher dashboard, you actually get to see which student gave what answer. Okay. And of course, locking screens and everything. So that is like, you know, super awesome there as well. All right. All right, so moving back forward, we're going to go to EdPuzzle, okay? And just in case, you know, someone has not heard of EdPuzzle, I'm going to show you this quick little video here. And that's the other thing too with Pear Deck, is that on your device, you also have the link that's there in the bottom. You have this specific video that's there, and I can actually click on it from my device, and I can also open it here on my device as well. Okay, and so I will just show it to you here on the screen right now. Uh-oh. Want to create amazing video lessons in minutes? Sorry about that. That's on my phone. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show it. This is just a really, really quick 1-minute video that we'll take a look at. Want to create amazing video lessons in minutes? EdPuzzle is your missing piece. With EdPuzzle, you can choose from the millions of videos available from YouTube, National Geographic, TED Talks, Khan Academy, and more. You can also reuse ready-to-go video lessons made by other teachers, or upload your very own teaching video. Then use EdPuzzle's video editor to create your perfect lesson. Embed your own questions to check your students' understanding, cut sections to show your students only the most important parts of the video, and even record voiceover so you can explain concepts in your own words. Once you've finished, you can assign it to your students in just one click and prevent skipping to make sure your students don't miss a thing. When you want to check in on your students' progress, use EdPuzzle's hassle-free analytics to get all the information you need. See who still needs to watch the video, what your students responded, and their total scores. So remember, with EdPuzzle's free platform, you can make any video your lesson. All right, so EdPuzzle is this. Video lessons in minutes? EdPuzzle is your missing piece. With EdPuzzle, you can. All right, thus the joys of live instruction and synchronous instruction, right? All right, so here we go. So this is let's take a look at EdPuzzle, okay? Now we're going to take a quick look at a math example, okay? And that is, of course, going right back to those home parent teacher essential employees, Eureka Math, all right? So let's go ahead and click on Eureka Math. We're going to go here, and then what it's going to do is bring me into the EdPuzzle platform, okay? Here we are. I've already picked out a lesson and everything. And so what we can see is, and as a matter of fact, let's back up just a moment. Okay. I'm going to back up just a moment, and I'm going to click right here on the home screen. So here I am at edpuzzle.com. All right. And I'm also going to give you a link in just a minute to be able to get some additional things. Okay. So just stay with me and follow along here for just a moment. Okay. All right. So I am going to go ahead and log in. Okay. I am going to go ahead and log in at this time. I am going to select that I am a teacher, and I'm going to just sign in with Google. All right. I'm going to sign in with Google. What's wrong there? Welcome, your teacher magic is awaiting. All right, go ahead and sign in with Google. There we go. I have a few things running on my computer, and so it's taking up my computer may run just a little bit slow. Okay. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that issue or not, but hey, things do happen sometimes. All right. It'll take just a moment, and you'll see now it is logging into my account. Okay. Now, here we are on the main page of Edpuzzle. And immediately I can see that there are different videos that are there. All right. What it provides though is on each of these different videos, we'll see these little bubbles that are there. All right. And we can see that there are, if we hover over it, we can see that there are 2 questions here with notes. There are 15 questions here, but let's go ahead and search for a specific concept. Let's do that. Someone drop into the chat what concept or what topic you want me to search for. Okay. Because if you don't drop something, then of course I'm a science guy. So I'm going to just, type in a science concept. All right. But give me any kind of topic in the chat that you want me to search for. And yeah, let's do science. Okay, cool. We can definitely do that. So I am going to search one of my favorite things to search. Let's do the periodic table. How about that? Okay. Let's do the periodic table. All right. And as you can see, we have it in a variety of languages and everything as well. Okay. I see one that is here, but I don't see one that has the questions already embedded. So what we want to do right now is we're looking, and we can see how long each video is. Okay, we can see how long each video is. We can see the name of it and the person who has it. But right now we don't see any that have videos that have questions already embedded. Now we could take any of these and add our own questions, but we're going to click on let's see more, because look, I am all about working smarter and not harder. Okay. If I can find one that has some questions in it, and then I just, adjust those questions to fit my needs and my students, I am all for it. Okay. So here's one that contains 13 questions. Okay. I can't really see the thumbnail, so I'm going to pass that one, and I'm going to go over here to this one that also has 13 questions. In order to check it out, what I'll do is click on the title of the video that's there, and then it'll open up the video for me, and I'll be able to see over here on the right side what questions or at what points the questions are. All right. Let's just take a quick little look at it though, because I want you to experience it just in case you haven't experienced Edpuzzle. I'm going to click on play, and we'll see down in here at the bottom, the video will start.
Periodic table of elements. Now, the periodic table of elements is a list of every element we've been able to find in the entire universe. And remember that an element is matter that's made of only one type of atom.
All right, so we can see that, All right, let's try this one. All right, here we go. Now we can see that at 14 seconds in, it actually now has brought the ability for me to be able to have this question right here. All right. And it asks, what is an element made of? Okay. And as you can see, look right there, we can see that it is made up of only one type of atom. So it's really kind of checking with kids to make sure they understand everything that's happening for them. Okay. So right here, when we do what is an element, all right, it's only made of one type of atom. And then we can click submit. Now you see the skip button that's there. That's just because I am in as a teacher. Two students do not have the ability to skip past a question. But what it does is it forces them to have to watch the video and then actually pause, stop, and answer the specific question that they are being given. All right. And it even, if you check that out right there, look at that right there. It even grades the question for you. How can you not love that? All right. So I am going to, and then they can click continue, but I am going to stop. All right. So I'm going to stop and I can scroll down and be able to, I'm sorry, on the right side right here, if I click on the specific question, I'm sorry, if I want to go ahead and use this specific lesson, I can click edit or copy it to my, I can click copy and copy it to my content. And so that's what I like to do. I like to copy it to my content. And as you can see down here in the bottom left right there, okay, it's been put into my content. All right. So what I want to do is I'm just going to go back up here. Uh-oh, wrong thing. All right, I'm going to go back up here to Ed Puzzle. I'm going to click on Ed Puzzle. And then it is right here under right there where it says my content right here. I'll click on that. And then here it is right there. All right. So if I now want to edit it, I can click on the name of it and then go in and edit any of the questions that I see. So I'm going to click edit. And now I can see each question. Okay. You can see it right there on the left side. All right. So I can see what is an element. I can click on it to make sure that there are options that are there that are correct for them. Okay. And I can add, like right down here in the bottom right corner, I can add another type of question. I can actually add open-ended questions. So if this is a video that I want them to view and then write their thoughts about the video, it will actually continue, the box will continue to expand as long as they are typing, and it will allow them to write a variety of things. I can also even do voiceovers as well. So right here, if I click on that one, I can add additional text comments. I can actually add my own audio voiceover onto a video that's already out there. Okay. Isn't that awesome? I mean, I just absolutely love that piece. Okay. All right. So, and then once I get finished with everything, okay, once I get finished with everything, I'll then go up to the upper, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that it saves automatically. Okay. As you are creating your question, very much like Google does, it saves automatically for you. But then once I'm finished, I can click on the finish button that's right there. All right. And then here is my final product. All right. Now, one awesome feature that is here, I tell you, I really, really enjoyed this piece, is the ability to directly assign it to students. Now, I know many of us use Google Classroom. And so if we click on assign, that's right here, we actually have the ability to be able to pull in all of our Google Classrooms. You see the classroom symbol that's right there and there. Okay. And that's just a, so I actually, with this whole pandemic, I actually have my kids. This is my, this side note, that's my kids, Brazier Boys Club Academy. Okay. That's our home classroom here. But anyway, I digress. But I can then also add a new class. If I don't see the class listed, I can actually add a new class right here, and it will allow me to connect all of my Google Classrooms or select the ones that I want to use, and then also be able to just select it. All right, I'll select it. Right here is where earlier I told you that as students, they do not have the ability to prevent skipping. I'm sorry, they do not have the ability to skip. So this, I just make sure that that's turned on. And then we also have the ability to turn on closed captions for the videos that are there in this specific platform. And then also right here, being able to post onto my Google Classroom. All right. Once I do that, right down here at the bottom, I'll just click on the assign button, and it will then send this directly from Edpuzzle magically over to Google Classroom. And I'll still be able to give it an assignment name. Okay, I can edit the name. All right. And then I can also, just like in Google Classroom, I can add a due date and a due time as well. Okay, this is the start date, I'm sorry. And then right here, I can add the due date and due time. So that due date is going to be today, and at 11:59 is fine. I will save it. And once I save it, I can then share that assignment. I'm sorry, not share that assignment. I can update it on Google Classroom. My apologies. Right here, update it on Google Classroom. All right. And you can see right there that it's now posted onto Google Classroom. How is that? How is that? All right. So we're going to go back to the specific presentation there, and then we're going to move forward. Okay. Let's go ahead and move forward. We also have the ability to have an extension. Edpuzzle also has an extension. All right. And what that extension does is, if we are automatically, and let me make sure that mine's is on. Let's click on the extension. Come on. I told you my computer's running a little slow here today. Okay. All right. So there we go. And here's my Edpuzzle extension. Don't judge me with all of these. Thank you, Lisa. You're so kind. You can also have, don't judge me with all of these different extensions that I have here. They all serve a purpose. Okay. They all serve a purpose. And you know what? Maybe we'll do a session that's just about extensions, right? Y'all just let me know if you want to do that. Okay. Awesome. So here is, so where did it go? It did not show. Oh yes, that's right. So a new feature that's been updated in Google Chrome. This is just in Louisiana, we call this lanyap. It's like a gift extra. Okay. And I know I have some Louisiana people here. And so, but I know we have some people who are from other countries. So I don't want to just say lanyap. Shout out to all my Louisiana people who know about that lanyap. But lanyap is just like something extra. And so this little icon right here that looks like a puzzle piece has recently been added to Chrome, and it is a way to that they have there's this extension called Extensity that normally I had been using in order to easily turn on and off extensions. But what has happened now is they have actually tried to embed this feature directly within Chrome. So when I click on this extensions right here, we'll see now that there are these different pins and you have to pin it in order for it to be available to you up top. And so I've turned it on, and we can see that Edpuzzle is not pinned, which is why I don't see it at the top. Okay, that's just like a little bit, just about Chrome in general, because like Google does, they do update things. Okay, and so I'm going to click on the pin there, and now I'll see that that is the icon. It's very small right there, but that is the icon um, for Edpuzzle. Okay, so how Edpuzzle works, what we will do is I'm just going to go to youtube.com. Okay, so this works anywhere on the internet. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, my PD 247. Okay, right there, we're going to hit enter. Oh my God, it's taking so long. Okay, but what it would normally do is, and I'll just kind of talk while it's coming, but what it will do is provide a quick little icon to the right side of the video, so that I can actually turn any video that I see either on YouTube or on the web right into a video. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right. So, matter of fact, I'll just use this one. Let's say, for instance, I want to turn a video on best practices for quizzes and Google Forms into a Edpuzzle video. So see right here, look at that right there, right down at the bottom right here. It shows Edpuzzle. So I am going to click on Edpuzzle, edit with Edpuzzle, and you'll see that at the top is actually going to bring me, see the URL that's right here? It's going to bring me into Edpuzzle. It's taking that video, pulling it into Edpuzzle, and then I can actually ask other questions about it. I can even cut the video in different places as well, make it longer, make it shorter, and things of that nature. Okay, so that is an awesome feature when you install the extension. Okay, that's available for you when you install the extension. All right. Great. And if you, and shameless plug here, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I'm going to actually drop the link for the extension, how you install the extension, right into the chat for everyone. All right. No, so yes, great question, Faraday. Um, uh, So the question was the name. What was the name of the extension? The name of the extension is Edpuzzle. Okay. So I just put the extension link in the chat for you. And also, if you're still following along on the Pear Deck, the Pear Deck does have, like, if you click on the icon that's in the middle, when you click on it, that's all I did was I just clicked on it, and then it brought me to the extension of, the location of where the extension is able to be installed from. Okay. The other thing too is Extensity. That was one that I previously used in order to turn extensions on and off easily. Okay. And so when I click there, I can turn on any of these different extensions very easily, because if not, there's like a long process, which is, long, right? And so if we go up here to the three dots, and then I go down here to more tools, all right? If I go to the three dots, sorry about that, three dots, and then more tools, and then extensions, okay, that is where I would then be able to turn them on and off and remove them and all of those things. And so to prevent me from having to do all of those different clicks and hover and all of that stuff, the Extensity extension is what I just use, or at least I used to use. I still use it right now until I can see about that new feature that they have now added directly into the Chrome browser itself. Okay. All right. So I am going to click move. Oh, and this is a video too on 5 great Chrome extensions. So that link is there on the Pear Deck for you, but it's on my channel as well. All right. So here we go. So what is Edpuzzle good for? Basically, I'll be honest with you. I think it is good for anything. Okay, I think it's like really awesome for anything for that you want to teach to someone. I think it's a great tool from anything from music uh, art. I mean, you saw that it can actually turn a student's device into an interactive whiteboard and everything. I mean, there's just no limit to what Pear Deck can do if you choose to use it. Now, I did tell you, and you heard in the video that Edpuzzle is free, right? You did hear in the video that Edpuzzle is free, and so it is totally a free tool. But what I want to make sure that you are able to do and use is the ability to get some additional free plenty to think about. Great. Thanks for joining us, Paul. Yes, great. Thanks for joining us, Paul. And I'll send you some additional resources as well. So it does have the ability to be able to get additional space. So I'm going to give you a link in just a moment. So with the free, you only get, I think, about 20 lessons that you can use, okay, or you can store. Okay, you can use unlimited, but you can store 20 at a time. So if you get to 20 and then you need to add another 21st or 22nd and so on and so forth, it would limit you there. And that's where you might have to you can also refer people and get additional space. And so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to actually share a link with you. And so the basic plan is free for life. Or if you want to go over the 20, you can pay, there's a $9.50 per month price, or your schools can get it. But I'm going to give you right now a link that you can use, and you'll actually get more than the 20 space. All right. So I'm going to copy that link. All right. And then I am going to paste that link right here for you. Okay. So there we go. I have just pasted that link into the chat for you. All right. So you can click on it and it will give you additional storage space beyond just the 20 that it normally gives you. All right. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. All right. Okay, so that's in the chat already for you. Let's continue to move forward. Okay, I always try to make sure that you all find value, whether it's me doing the presentation or the whole GEG Louisiana. We just bring on a variety of people so that you can get value, and so we give away a lot of like free, this and free that, and just resources. So here we are. Here is another resource that you can use, and that specific resource is just this is at my website. I've put together a variety of resources. I'm going to drop this in the link. I'm sorry, drop this in the chat for everyone on Zoom. And so here it is. I'm sorry about that. I need to hit enter. It might help if I click on the enter button, right? All right. So there it is. All right. So this is just a bunch of different resources that have some digital templates and everything. So some lesson plan templates, even for accommodations, some text questions, activities, and a variety of other resources. Okay. These are some things that you can use as you're going back to school. And then also there's a parent and teacher resource group on Facebook that also provides a variety of other things. There's a teach from home. Google has given some resources themselves and advice on how to be able to teach from home and then manage your time and everything as well. There's tutorials on Google Meet and Zoom and getting free access to a variety of tools that they have been giving away for free right now. And there's just so many other tools. And so, like I said at the beginning of the session, okay, I want you to pick a few, okay? Pick a few. Of course, there's the Ed Puzzle, okay? Gotta have that there. But there are so many, like Classroom Screen and Screencastify, Loom. There's just so much. And so I've got some tips on teaching in a remote environment and just on and on and on. It's just a bunch of different resources for you, okay? I'm not going to belabor and go through all of that for you because you have the link in order to uh, revisit it on your own, okay? But I did want to make sure that you receive that information, okay? Now, so, uh, with, of course, we are all here because of COVID-19, and I would be remiss without wishing you to stay healthy, to stay calm and helpful to others, which is what we at GEG Louisiana are trying to do as well. And that was not it. What happened to there's an animation there. All right. I guess the animation is not going to come, but it did tell you, I was trying to give you some other, some other advice there, but basically I just don't want you to touch in your face. We want you to, and I'm gonna just pull it over that way you can see it here, because it was there. I don't know what's wrong with it, but we want to make sure that we are practicing social distancing, that we are washing our hands and everything. And now the CDC recommends that you wear masks and things of that nature. Also, on this specific link right here is just a link to the CDC for United States, that is. Okay, I know we have people from all over the world here, but this is a link to the CDC here in the United States that provides a variety of resources. I'm going to also drop that into the chat for everyone so that they can still have access to all of that as well, just in case you are not on the Pear Deck right now. And boom, because I'm actually going to turn this Pear Deck into, I'm going to turn self-paced mode on at the end of everything as well. Okay, then that way it'll always be available there for you. Okay, so that does conclude the session for today. Okay, CDC is having a certificate for teachers. I didn't know about that. Faraday, I did not know about that. Can you drop a little bit more in the chat for teachers who are taking their training on the CDC website? That is super awesome. Now, I did not know that. Thank you for sharing that information. So the CDC and Faraday, I don't know if you are, if you know or not, you're sending directly private to me, and that's fine. That's fine. But it's just that's why I am repeating it for everyone. But if you want to share that publicly, you can just change it from private to me and everyone in the meeting. But Faraday just said that the CDC is giving a certificate right now for teachers who are taking their training on CDC. And I'm going to assume that it's a free training. When I send out the link to everything after this, I may I may try to look that up and provide the link for you. Okay. Oh yes, Ferdy, thank you so much. She will send the link. Awesome. Awesome. And so if you send me that link, Ferdy, I will make sure that everyone gets it who registered, because we did have people who registered who are not here today. But that is the link to also subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back to the presentation. Okay. Do you have any questions right now? All right. What questions do you have for me during this specific session? Okay. Any questions about anything that you've heard? Anything that you heard, anything that you saw, anything that you saw there. Uh, of course, I just want to try to be as supportive for you as possible. Lisa says, how do I share? How do you share on your phone? Wait, how did you share? How did I share my phone on Zoom? Okay, so I did it. So Zoom does have a feature where you can actually share a mobile device. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? So I will bring the link over here. Okay, so you should be able to see and I'm sorry, let me change this up a little bit. So you know what, it'll probably show better if I open a new tab. All right, yes, there we go. So it'll show here, and you have the ability to do a new share. And so for me, I can do this iPhone, iPad, okay? But I actually use a different tool, which is called Reflector, okay? I use this Reflector, okay, because I'm actually on my Surface, which is like one of my favorite devices that I have here, just above the Chromebook, or equally, it just depends on the situation. But anyway, and so I use this tool called Reflector, and it allows me to be able, I'll put that over here. It's called Reflector. And so it allows me to use it on any device. I can screen share on any device, even if I'm not live in a Zoom meeting. Okay. And so that's why I use it, because it's just, the ability to do so is just like awesome. And so I can do screen sharing, because normally, in order to share your phone on the screen or display your phone on the screen, you usually, like I have an iPhone, you usually have to have a MacBook in order to do that, or an Apple product in order to do that. But for me, what it's doing is, as long as I'm on the same network, I just did a screen share, and it gives me a code right here in order to put on my phone, and then it will show it. So I put 8972 and then hit the OK. And then I have multiple screens here, so it popped up on that side, but then it gives me the ability to share right there. Okay. And what's great about it, Lisa, is that when I turn it sideways, when I turn it, and see right there, I can share my Surface, and it gives me the ability to do screen sharing directly from my Surface to it basically turns my any device into like an Apple TV, essentially. and I can stop mirroring. The great thing too is that when I turn it sideways, and it might not do it right now because I'm not in the landscape mode, but when I turn it sideways, you'll see that it actually rotates as well. And so it puts it very large on the screen for me as well. So I really, 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 really like that piece. And so it can, and I can even use the reflector in order to record my screen on my phone as well, as you know, I can do voiceovers on my screen. So so that's just how I do that. All right. And I know Apple does have a screen record feature. Okay. So Asmahan. Okay, so he just asked, okay, I don't belong to any school. How can I access Pear Deck? And so I'm going to change that up. How can I access Pear Deck and Edpuzzle? It's okay, even if you don't belong to a school. You can still use Pear Deck. Okay, you can still use Edpuzzle. If I were you, I would probably. It's going to ask you to like select or create one. If I were you, I would just put maybe, my college or my high school that I went to or whatever the case may be. But in order to use it, yes, it does, because it was designed for educators. And so I would just go ahead and just or put some, homeschooling maybe. Yes, you have your own school there, then I would put the name of my school, okay, the Ahmed Homeschooling, and then that way you'll have your the reason why they want you to actually set up, I'll give you the rationale. The reason why they want you to set up that account, let me close some of this because as you can see on my screen, my system resources are getting low. So, but the reason why they want you to set up um, a, let me stop screen mirroring my phone too. All right. So the reason why they want you to set up your um, school and everything. Sorry about that. I had a senior moment there. But the reason why they want you to set up your school is because if there are more teachers and everything that sign up with your school and everything, they're able to actually put you all together and you can begin to share assignments and everything just with your school. Okay. And then it also, of course, gives your school the ability to, purchase a plan if you want, but that's the rationale there. Okay. So any other questions? Thanks for that question. Any other questions? I see Faraday did drop the link to the to that um, um, to that resource where schools can take advantage. I'm sorry, teachers can take a course and get a certificate. And I'm just showing that information here. COVID-19 guidance for schools. We have a variety of things here, and I'm going to assume that so it's a variety of information on here. They even have the Body and Mind classroom resources and teacher portal contains lesson plans. Okay, I will definitely have to thank you so much for this resource. I will definitely have to add this to the site. But there is I don't see the class that's there, but I'm sure that if you take a look at it and go through it, more meticulously and have a little more time to look at it, then you'll be able to locate it. Okay. If you still have questions, feel free to drop them into the chat there as well. What I'm going to do is go ahead and move forward and start to wrap this thing up. I do appreciate your time and I want to be respectful of it. All right. Because we've gone just a few minutes over, but we have been answering questions, and hopefully you all have been know that you've been getting some good information. Hopefully you've been getting that. All right, so here we go. um, Next week we have a couple of, not two, but next week we have Sarah Kiefer coming back to do Working Together to Support Our Students on July 9th next week. Okay. If you did not see her session on organizing your Google Drive, it was awesome. The recording is on the website, but you can definitely go on geglouisiana.com and register for this one. It is going to be fantabulous is what it's going to be. Okay. Let's move forward. And then also, I'm sorry, we're also going to have the following week another awesome presenter that's going to be telling us all about how to get started with a student news show. Okay. And so that is Jessica Williams. She is amazing as well. If you need a um, if you need a certificate of attendance for today, I know many of us use these for continuing education credits and everything. You can use the link that's there on the screen. I'll drop it into the chat as well. HTTP bit.ly/GEGLA certificate. Okay. Certificate. All right. So that's that for you. All right. So you will receive that. We had a glitch the first couple of times when we did it, when we used that, but everyone has been now receiving, and you should have also received any that you didn't get previously. Any of these certificates that you didn't get previously, you will have those now there as well. So you can use that link bit.ly/GEGLA certificate. Of course, you can also find out more information on the website as well. We do want to just acknowledge and thank again StreamYard. We do want to acknowledge and thank them again, StreamYard, for providing this new platform. And I know most of you are here on Zoom, so you're not experiencing the other side of it, but it is on our GEG Louisiana Facebook page. And, you know, I'm just liking what I see already. So I do want to thank them for it. So thanks again for today. Yes, Terry. Yes, Terry. Yes. Awesome. I'm glad you are enjoying this content. Thank you all so much for your attendance. Until next time, until next week, everyone out there, please stay safe. Please stay healthy. And hopefully I will see you again next week and see you soon. All right. We're going to end the recording here in just a moment. Thank you for, again, attending. And end. Wait, is it still on? Looks like it's still on.